welcome back to another review. So I was unaware until less than a week ago that there was literally a All Dogs Go to Heaven Christmas Carol movie. Not even a recent release or anything. Can't blame it on that. This came out in 1998. So I'm not entirely sure how I missed that, but I would assume it probably came out somewhere around the same time as that there was an animated series that I remember watching like once or twice and just didn't do it for me. Didn't have Burt Reynolds, didn't do it for me. Well, similarly, this also did not have Burt Reynolds, but it did have Dom DeLuise still as Itchy before he passed, so I mean, there's that at least, but no Burt Reynolds as as Charlie, so I'm just like, yeah, doesn't really feel truly All Dogs Go to Heaven for me, but I'll give it a shot anyway. So I did. I watched it this morning. And it starts out with a bunch of little angel puppies in heaven, which, as long as you don't think too much about the implications of that, it's very cute, until you realize these are little baby puppies who died and went to heaven. Like I said, don't think about the implications too much, because it'll just make you sad. I wish I hadn't let my brain go there, but it went there, and I hate myself for it. So, they go to Annabelle, who is going to read them a Christmas story and everything, and it is about the main cast and crew of All Dogs Go to Heaven. You've got Itchy, you've got Charlie, you've got, why can't I think of her name? The girl dog. I just watched it earlier. Why can't I not think of it? You know the one I mean. The one that was basically Charlie's girlfriend. They had her, obviously Carface, and Killer, like, all the usual suspects, but also a shit ton of puppies, too, this time, because they're throwing a Christmas party! And it looks very cute, and they're trying to raise money for this one puppy with a broken leg so he can get a surgery to fix his leg and make him all better. Because if he doesn't, he's gonna die. So there's definitely more wrong with this dog than just a broken leg. Again, stop thinking about the implications of the stuff in this, because it'll just make you sad. And if it doesn't, then you have no soul. So, anyway. They're throwing their Christmas party, they're about to do presents, and oh, Carface shows up to collect on some debts. And nobody wants to pay up because it's Christmas Eve. So he takes out this, like, evil enchanted dog whistle that just basically sends them all into zombie mode so that they give all their bones to him, and while they're still hypnotized under it, he also steals all their food, all the presents, and all the money that was donated for Little Timmy's operation. Yes, literally a doggy tiny Tim. We had to go there. I knew before they ever said his name exactly what his name was going to be. The writing was on the wall. So they all snap out of it, and Carface is long gone, and they're just like, oh shit, what do we do? Christmas is ruined. Great. So Charlie and Itchy are like, no, we'll get it back. We'll get everything back, don't you worry. So they devise a plan to try to break into Carface's place and steal everything back, to no avail, because apparently freaking Carface lives in the Winchester Mystery House that just has trapdoors to nowhere upstairs. I don't know if that was the illusion they were going to there, but if it was, the Winchester Mystery House isn't in San Francisco, it's in San Jose. You're close, still the Bay Area, but off by this much. Regardless, I have been there. Anyways, so they devise another plan, they break back in, they keep doing this over and over and over, until eventually Carface is like, yeah, give up, because, you aren't gonna pull off this one before we ruin Christmas for everybody in the city, because they're working with Belladonna, who apparently is Annabelle's evil cousin and mistress of the underworld. Yeah, basically she's Doggy Satan. Cool! Great! Just what we always wanted. But because it's All Dogs Go to Heaven, you know damn well there's always going to be a war waged between heaven and hell, because that is just what goes down in All Dogs Go to Heaven movies. So she is a bad dog. And, yeah, like, it gets very dark and twisted real quick. Not gonna lie. And she has, like, a giant version of this thing that's going to literally zombify all the dogs in the city into giving all of their owners gifts to, I guess, her? I don't know. I don't exactly follow the line of thinking here, other than her main intention is to just wreck the holiday. Because she can. Yeah, so much for a motivation there. Ah, goodness. So, Charlie and Itchy are tasked by Annabelle to find a way before midnight, which is when all this is going to go down, to find a way to stop her evil plan. And she gives them a magic dog tag that has just enough magic to be able to pull this off, but not enough to, like, literally stop it entirely. So they have to, like, use their brains, come up with a plan, like, real freaking quick, and just hope that it doesn't go wrong, because there's literally no time to play with, because it's literally just hours till midnight anyway, at the time they're tasked with this, which is crazy, but is what it is. It's, again, a little kid movie. Doesn't have to make sense. So, oh goodness, they decide, alright, so if we can't literally use this to just dismantle the machine, and we can't use it to take her out, how about we fool him into doing the right thing, and it'll be Carface's problem to figure this out. Yeah, let's do that. So they use the magic in this magic dog tag to possess Carface's TV, and Charlie's all dressed up like Charles Dickens, and basically tells him how it's gonna be, that you're gonna hear 3 chimes, and there's gonna be 3 ghosts who are going to visit you, da-da-da-da-da. You know the tale, you know how it's gonna go down. And the first one that shows up is obviously Ghost of Christmas Past, and the one that shows up for that one is Itchy, and Carface is seeing right through it. He knows it's Itchy, and he is not buying it one bit. So, Itchy just goes ahead and is like, alright, well, you don't have to believe me, but here, I'll bring you back to your puppyhood. There's your mom, basically. And Carface kind of loses it seeing his mom. Okay, so he does have a weak point. He does have feelings. Alright, we can work with that. So they show him being a little baby puppy with his mama. And that was the last time he saw his mama. Da-da-da-da-da. Because heartstrings. Woo. So there's that. Then they cut to him in his first human home, which I assume is also the only human home he had, because the way that things go down with him, let me tilt this down a little bit so I can just sit down proper. The way things go down, he was such a little terror of a puppy and kept destroying everything in their house to where they eventually threw him out. And the kid would not take the rap for him, just blamed everything on the dog. But I mean, it's not really blaming everything on the dog when the dog is the one that actually did the things. So, I mean, he gets thrown out. He decided at that point that was when he was going to turn bad, even though I would argue he was already bad, but whatever. And he joined the street gangs and this, that, and the other, and turned into the character we all know and hate him as. So, that's cool, I guess. As Charlie points out, yeah, lots of us had rough upbringings. Didn't do that to all of us, so that's an excuse. There's always a lot of morality lessons in All Dogs Go to Heaven movies, just saying. So there's that. Then they move on to the next ghost, which is the Ghost of Christmas Present. And they show, oh, this is his own house. And he's like, but I don't celebrate Christmas. What would I be doing? Why would you be showing me this? It's like, yeah, you might not, but someone else here might. And of course, it's Killer, who apparently secretly loves the holiday, even though he can't say it around his boss. And it goes into a whole song and dance routine over it, and yeah, it's a whole thing. And then Belladonna somehow gets in on it and, like, hijacks the song into evilness at Christmas time because that's what she loves. I don't know, it's weird, but It's a whole ass thing, and then they show little Timmy, the puppy's house, and how poor they are, and this, that, and the other. And oh no, and at first it's getting to his heartstrings because it reminds him of, oh, when he was a puppy in that first home that he had that he got kicked out of. Oh no, no, the puppy broke a plate, and he's freaking out now because, oh no, not again, I can't watch this go down again, da 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 da. But then he sees what happens when a caring owner took the rap for the puppy, but the puppy also came forward and did the right thing by admitting he broke the plate. Which apparently just by him nosing the plate over to the mom somehow translates to she knows he did it and admitted it and was happy he's a good boy that would tell the truth. Okay, so lessons about honesty, check. And Carface is just like, I can't believe that worked. That never would have worked for me. Da, 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 da. Wow, imagine telling the truth. Wow. Yeah, it's a whole thing. So then you go on to the, and then there's the whole thing about his leg and how, yeah, this, without treatment, this will be the last Christmas for this puppy. He will not make it. And that gets to him too. So then, of course, the ghost of Christmas Future has to come in. And interesting side note that really has nothing to do with anything other than because it's an MGM film and they have the rights to it, I definitely recognize the maniacal laugh sound effect that they used is also most definitely the same sound effect that was used for the Dreadful Flying Glove in Yellow Submarine. I recognize that shit a mile away. I was like, Glovey! Anyways, has nothing to do with anything else here, but of course, I did catch it, like, instantly. It was like, holy shit. But anyway, so it goes down the path that Christmas Carol usually does, and that Scrooge sees Christmas Future where he's dead, and the way that the world is falling down in chaos because he did not turn the corner and become a good person. Right down to the puppy, although they didn't kill off the puppy in this turn of events. They just implied that he is now going to not make it. He will be a homeless dog because since they're so poor, they can't afford to keep paying for this puppy. Therefore, they're gonna have to get rid of the puppy. Oh no! That's almost worse! So, that's a whole thing. I mean, on one hand, I appreciate that they spared the puppy's life for once. This may be like one of the only versions of A Christmas Carol where they did not off Tiny Tim. It was just implied that he could die if things don't pan out, but I mean, they didn't actually literally bump him off. So at least there's that. They just made it look like they were gonna go there. And then last second, ha, psych, we got you. So there's that. But he wakes up from all of the ghosty things. He's like, oh no, I have to find a way to stop Belladonna. I have to find a way. I don't know how, but I have to find a way. I can't let her go through with this dastardly plan. Da 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 da. And he goes off to find her, but she finds him first and drags him and killer to Alcatraz, which is where she's been hiding this giant machine where nobody would think to look. Because San Francisco, eh? But oh my god, yeah, nobody's going to notice those giant red swirling clouds above Alcatraz. No, not at all. No one's gonna notice that for an instant. Nope. Not a one. So, that's a thing, and shit goes down, and there's a whole battle, an internal battle of morality that goes down for Carface, where I have to do the right thing, but I can't do the right thing, but I need to do the right thing for Timmy, and da-da-da-da-da, and yeah, it's like a whole ass thing, but you know darn well, good wins over evil here, and he shuts down the whole thing, but by getting himself electrocuted and therefore shorting out the machine. He literally sacrificed himself to save the puppy. And because it's an all dogs go to heaven movie, you would think that would insinuate he died. We literally watched him fry. But somehow Christmas miracle, he's not dead. He lives another day to turn a corner and to be a better dog. I didn't write it, man. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. But he goes back to return all of the presents on Christmas morning, and the money, and maybe the food. I don't know if he returned the food, but he definitely returned the presents and the money, and then had more presents for the adult dogs now. Although he does remind them, don't get too used to this, because I do still have a business to run. So, but they're glad that he was sweet for at least one day. And that is the All Dogs Go to Heaven Christmas Carol. Admittedly, I'm gonna be honest, I expected much more of a shit show than this turned out to be. I admit I thought it was cute. I did think it was cute. It would have been a lot better if they had gotten Burt Reynolds on board. I would have enjoyed it that much more. I'd probably actually give it a way higher rating if they'd just gotten Burt, but that kept breaking down the immersion for me. It's that every time Charlie opened his mouth, I was like, you're not Charlie. Give it up, you're not Charlie. But, that aside, I don't know, I mean, in certain aspects it's trying too hard, but aren't most little kid Christmas movies? Yeah. So, I mean, you can't judge it too hard on that. But, I mean, I give him credit for taking a unique twist on this. I mean, they definitely took a unique twist with it. Boy, did they ever, but who better to be a Scrooge character than Carface? I mean, yeah, makes sense. But it is weird seeing them make him a sympathetic character, even if just for this one special. But I don't know, I thought it was cute, even if to just see him turn around temporarily, but I don't know. I think I would rate this one maybe like, I'm trying to decide between a 3.5 or a 4 out of 5. Because, I mean, it really wasn't terrible, and it was well illustrated, animated, sorry. So, I mean, there's so many words out there, like, literally so many, to where I'm like, you know, this actually wasn't that bad. I'm kind of just surprised that I had never ever heard mention of it, ever, given how long that it's been out. But I saw it on one of those lists of Christmas cartoon movies when I was trying to decide what all I wanted to review this season, although I've quickly gone off of the list that I made. I'm kind of just winging it now, but that was one that I ran into on there that was like, that's a thing? Like, for real, that's a thing? Let's hunt it down! I need to see that. I need to see that. So I am glad that I watched it. And even if it does have a few moments that are kind of groaners, I mean, ultimately it is still really cute, I have to admit. So, there you go. So, anyways, that's it for this one. So, as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.